We begin tonight with a crisis in Ukraine as calls are increasing for a war crimes investigation against Russia. There's international outrage today as the world sees evidence of a possible genocide outside the city of Kyiv. Our Ethan Kibbe is joining us now after talking with one local expert. And Ethan, what happened exactly and what is he saying about where things maybe go from here? You've talked to him over the course of these last 6 weeks as we've been seeing the developments in Ukraine.
Eva, good evening. In terms of what happened, well, it appears war crimes, genocide, mass killings of civilians. Although that's not proven just yet, there's every indication that that happened. It's the part of where do we go from here that gets decidedly trickier. So here's what we know at the moment. Russian soldiers are pulling back from the badly battered city of Kyiv, leaving behind civilian bodies strewn on the streets. Officials have also found mass graves of civilians, and they say some of the bodies had their arms and legs tied behind their backs with bullet wounds in the backs of their heads. Local political science expert Dr. Joe Morris of Mercyhurst University says it seems likely that Russia has committed war crimes, but he says that committing crimes and being punished for them don't always go hand in hand.
You know, that's a question I just can't answer. These things have a way of getting lost from time to time, but I think as the days go on, it's increasingly hard for me to believe that this is just going to be swept under the rug and we're going to forget about it in a few years.
Remember, for any of this to carry any sort of consequence, an international court would have to find Putin or some of his top officials guilty, and even then, that court has no authority to exercise any sort of punishment, so goodness knows what would happen. And Morris says the longer the war goes, the harder it is to predict what will happen. The Ukrainians have the support of the West. They've done a good job holding their ground. But he says it's very unlikely that you would see Putin pull out without being able to claim at least some sort of victory. Ethan Kibbe, Erie News Now.